Hi,
Hello.
and welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. This is episode 36, and today is Monday, February 11th, 2013, at 4:12 p.m. if you are truly interested.
Cloverbird's interested. Happy birthday, Cloverbird.
Happy birthday, Cloverbird. Melissa. She makes awesome bags. Take a look at her on Etsy. And today's her birthday, and she's one of our new members.
Yes.
Since we are speaking of new members, we will welcome our new members now.
First. We should welcome first our returning members.
Returning members.
We are very grateful that you've come back.
Indeed. Thank you for sticking with us week after week. We are very happy to have you. Please continue your involvement in our Ravelry group. We love having people chatting there with us.
And crocheting and knitting.
Yes, it's fun. Don't forget to grab your tea or coffee or whatever
makes you happy.
Yes, exactly. If I am a little off, it's because I'm trying to get on a day shift schedule long enough to have jury duty tomorrow.
Jury pool duty.
Yeah. Well, it's still duty. If I don't
get paid for that tomorrow?
I think I might. Because it's anytime I'm at the courthouse, I'm required to be there.
Right.
If I don't show up, it's contempt of court.
She doesn't have a case that she's going to be on. She's waiting to be chosen.
Yeah.
So whatever that is what she has to do tomorrow.
I have to call after 5:15 at some point to see if they actually need me. I kind of hope they do because I kind of hate to have to switch for nothing.
Probably call right after the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm a little off, that's why I worked last night and then try to stay up most of the day. So tea I'm drinking Earl Grey. It's still too hot right now for me to actually drink, so I'm actually holding it in my hand.
And you all know what I'm drinking.
Yeah, she just
those of you who have watched us in the past know I drink chai tea for the most part.
Those of you who have not watched in the past, welcome. Particularly some people who just joined us over the past week or so. Emski Knits, I think that's how she pronounced it. And that's Mel from the Single Handed Knits podcast. If you have not watched her before, you should.
Fabulous.
Crafty KJ, who is Kathy. And she's a brand new knitter and brand new Ravelry member. So make sure to welcome her. There's, oh heavens, Livid, L-L-E-A-V-I-D. Yeah, it's Lisa. She's a longtime Clark friend.
Yes. I can never know how to pronounce her name.
For New Time Ravelry group member.
Yeah.
So welcome, Lisa. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Just let us know. And then we also welcome Dawn's Delight, who is Dawn.
Welcome aboard.
And she's a longtime crocheter and newer knitter. She started knitting in March 2012. So
about the same time I did.
Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, you heard basically what's been going on with us.
My car broke down.
Yeah.
My battery died. I went to go to mass this morning.
Shiny shirt, shiny.
Oh, it is shiny, isn't it? Oh, why is it shiny? Okay.
It's the way the lights
Anyway, I went to go to mass this morning, to daily mass, and, well, actually, it wasn't this morning. It was this afternoon, because I decided to go to the afternoon mass instead. And my car just went, just like that. So it's sitting in the driveway. I had to use Talia's car to do other things today with Talia. So, yeah, that's what's happening here.
Yep, and work's been happening over here, so I'm trying, my body's trying to get sick, but doesn't get sick enough so I can call off and work. Just gets sick enough so I'm kind of congested-y and tired-y.
Any word?
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go into work in progress because we are podcasting a little later than intended.
Right. And you'll find out later why.
The project I've been working on quite a bit, Heavenly Sapphire. I changed bags out because I needed the other bag. When I do my jury pool tomorrow, my Nightwing bag is probably my biggest bag. So I moved my baby blanket to that bag. Put a wooden crochet hook in there. Well, I don't want to bring it back for long because it doesn't close very well.
That's what
but the Nightwing bag by Pot Blue does close quite well. And I'll carry that with the book in it and the yarn I need and a blanket. So the Heavenly Sapphire got moved to the Turtles.
Spike bag.
Yeah, get it right.
Spike bag.
Spike's bag.
Yes.
It is the twin set sweater and cardigan by Claire Montgomery. Making it for Mom. It's from the book Knitting Vintage, which I do not have with me at this moment. You've seen it enough if you watch the podcast.
We can show it to him later. Next time.
I'm using Knit Picks Andy and Treasure in the Sapphire Heather colorway, and I think currently I'm using US 5s, and it's on circular needles. I don't do anything on straights anyway, even though this is not worked in the round or anything. I think they probably told me to use straights, and I decided not to. Oh, this is semi-stash enhancement.
Cute little spike bag.
Yeah, Mom found this on Etsy. It's like, hey, look, they have your turtles in a project bag by a different maker. I'm like, oh, I must get.
I'm bad.
So,
I'm an enabler.
Yes. So Nick and Ellie did this. Whoever Nick and Ellie are. This is by the Clover Bird here. So, happy birthday, Melissa. Let's see. Oh, more stash enhancement. Oh, I forgot to bring my swatch. Oh, well, I'll just show it next time. I'm in the middle of a row, but that's mostly...
Ooh, look at the color today.
I know.
That's nice.
That is
That's
actually
close.
Almost dead on for the color.
Must do this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
The color is very nice.
Very nice. That's very close.
So this is, it's alpaca. It's very nice and soft, baby alpaca. I'm in the arm decreases. I think I have this last row for decreases, and then I think I'm probably going to have to make sure all my stitch count's right, and then I just knit up for a little while. So that is that. Just stuff everything back in here.
I'm distractible. Oh, my turn.
It is your turn.
I have done some work on my Nicole, not a whole lot. I forgot where my marker was. At least I'm not pulling a Lindsay today, so.
Lindsay didn't pull Lindsay last time.
Yeah, I know. I was disappointed. I have my marker here somewhere. Unless it fell out again. Oh, there it is.
It fell out.
So I've done about...
Yeah, I don't do that.
Maybe 2 or 3 inches. And that's kind of a guesstimate because I keep forgetting to move it. And then I move it however much I think I should move it. But it's coming along. I've been using it when I watch TV and stuff. For a while I was kind of in between projects and I didn't really feel like starting anything else because I knew I had the Cal coming up and a whole bunch of other things that I wanted to get started, so I didn't want to start anything else. You know, this is growing on me. The back, if I remember where the back is, it'll have a nice pattern on it in the back. Just kind of hit me. Thought you'd like to know. But anyway, I'm not very far on this particular ball of yarn. Y'all remember how long it took me to get through this? So I might be a while before I go to the brown. And then, yes, I think with Snooks who wanted me to go to another color, I will be going to different color. Not red yet, green, after the brown. So be patient with me. It's getting there. So that's Nicole's half log cabin ombre blanket by Pearl Soho. And it is not difficult. It's all garter stitch. The only thing that's can be kind of tricky is maybe picking up the stitches, changing the color.
Okay. I actually got some work on the Patty the Pillow Pony by Allison Cleaver, which is in... I was hearing a noise. Hold on. In the Batgirl bag.
You heard the noise in the Batgirl bag?
The Batgirl bag of ginormousness. It was custom made for me by Pod Blue. It's just that the jean pattern is a very... it's not a very squishable fabric, so it doesn't close all the way. Which is fine. It's good for holding larger projects.
Which is what you got it for.
Which is what I got it for. I just don't carry it many places.
You just have to make sure that if you're doing a blanket or something, your hook or your needles or whatever is in a little
smaller
project bag.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to come out.
Oh, actually, that's not the bag that's in. A different project in that bag. It was in that bag. Oh, hang on. I've got to put you on pause. I left my progress in the other room. Okay. I don't think that face actually recorded.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, it was something that came up on the screen. It was really funny.
This is I call him Basque because the colorway of the yarn is Arabesque. It's Patty the Pillow Pony by Allison Cleaver, making him for me. I thought I was going to originally use this yarn for a sweater, decided it was too itchy. So I made the biggest toy I possibly could.
It's huge.
I'm using US 8 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars, and I'm using DPNs right now for the neck. Using Yarby Andy's Alpaca, which is 85% acrylic, 15% alpaca, in the Arabesque colorway. This toy will be approximately 13 inches high and 14 inches long.
It's bigger, I think, than our Archer, or close to it.
Yeah, and I think it might even be bigger than that because the person who got those measurements used smaller needles than I'm using.
Oh, okay. This is just the body of it.
I'm in my short rows right now. I'm actually in the middle of short rows. You can see how it's forming for the neck.
She's stuffing as she goes.
Yeah. I've got a little bit more of the short rows, and then I'll start for the head. And I have all the legs done. I'll pull that in a second. The legs are hanging out in my Egyptian kitties bag.
Kitties like the string.
So, ooh, look how nicely the cables show up here.
It's beautiful. Get the string out of the way.
Well, it's actually
this one right here.
Marking something.
This one here?
Oh, no.
There you go. Now you can see it.
So you can see. So they've got 4 of those. Don't know where that stuffing came from. Probably from the other leg. These legs have been stuffed in here so long. And the yarn balls and the needles I'm keeping in my TARDIS bag, bigger on the inside.
We like our bigger on the inside bags.
So, there be that.
Okay. My Blue Phoenix, Casey, who is Tangerine 8, I forget what her other name is.
I can't remember what her other name is on it.
Anyway, she gave me, I think I showed you this last week, she gave me the Phoenix knit for my birthday. And so, I decided I was tired of working on one project, and I decided to go ahead and start them. This, oh, I lost my hook. This is an interesting project. I like it a lot. However, it is something I've never done before in that it uses a very small hook. This hook is a size 4, which is a 1.75 millimeter steel hook. So that's one of the small ones, I guess, that you start using for lace and stuff. I'm using, it would be a little big for lace, but I'm using it with sock yarn. This is Malabrigo, excuse me, Malabrigo Superwash Merino Carabina Malabina sock.
Carabina, no.
Yeah, Carabina. And Carabina. You can see how pretty the colors are with this.
Oh yeah, you can. It's actually coming up very nicely.
Now, when I first started this with this little tiny hook, I can see that. It actually looks bigger on the screen, but it's a tiny hook. And when I first started, I had this little row, if you can imagine, like this, and it says to double it when you're finished. I'm like, that's not going to fit around my wrist. Well, of course not. The ribbon goes this way. so that makes a lot more sense to me when it starts saying to do the shells in the ends. After I've brought it together and it says to do the shells in the ends, that makes a lot more sense. What ends? But I'm really enjoying this. I do have to use the light and the magnifying glass that my husband gave me for my birthday because it is such a small stitch. But I don't have any problem with that, thanks to the light and the magnifying glass. And Casey, I really love this. I'm looking forward to making these. It's going to take me a while to finish it, but it's something I enjoy working on it. So thank you very much. And that is, oh, and I call it the Blue Phoenix, which is, like I said, the Phoenix knit by Julia Wisconsin.
Okay.
Oh, and it's in my bigger's on the inside bag by Tangerine Sign. Sorry, Ty. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Arr.
Yeah. Um, I have been doing some work. I don't think I worked on those at all. I probably can put those back in my purse. On my crochet socks, these get a lot of love at work. I've been making sure I get at least a 15-minute to half an hour break to do my knitting, eating kind of thing. It's a simple skip socks by Adrienne Koo. Making them for me using US2 DPNs. And this is Wild Hair Fiber Studio in the blue pink colorway. We were making fun of her because, to her face, she was there. Melissa of Wild Hair.
Yeah.
We were making fun of her because of the fact that she had just called blue pink when all other colorways are called something interesting.
Yes, and we will get into why we were there in a minute.
But this is the first sock so far. It's looking good. The second sock isn't very far along. I'm gonna hopefully they'll let me take my wooden needles, DPNs with me during jury pool, and I can work on the sock then.
And Melissa had said that this, she had said that this might have been a test colorway. We can't get it anymore. It's so pretty. And so you did what, about 2 or 3 inches?
Something like that.
Where were you before?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought you said you'd done up here.
No, that was up here was where I am on the other sock.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been working on the other socks because I've been saving that for
Oh, you're doing them both together?
Well, what happened was first of all, I knit on these in church because I have found that I cannot stay awake no matter how hard I try during sermons. Not because the priest is boring.
He's not. He's very good.
He's very good, but because I am constantly exhausted. The only way I can stay awake is if I have knitting in my hands. And even then, it can be iffy.
Yeah, I had to kind of poke her this past weekend because she was
I was very
she was real tired.
exhausted.
They thought she was not feeling well when she went into work. So
one girl said she went home and she worried about me.
So you might want to say some prayers or send some good thoughts so this person gets a little more sleep.
But I think I actually was getting sick. I'm still like
she hasn't gotten out and out sick, but it's lingering a little longer. It's kind of like that.
It just makes me really tired and sniffly and icky. But anyway, so what happened was, to get back to my story, I was turning the heel, and I didn't want to work on the heel during church. I think I had to pick up the gusset or something. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that during a sermon when Father can end at any moment. I'm just not going to do that. So I'd worked the night before, so before I went to bed, I cast on for the next sock and did like enough so I knew that so it wasn't all floppy all over the place. And then at church, I ended up working on it. But that's why I have 2 going at once. Now, since I've turned the heel, I've been working almost exclusively on this one. I don't want to bring this one to jury duty, first of all. Metal needles. I could change out the needles, but also, if I get too much done, I'll get to the point of the toe. I'm not sure if I want to be doing that there. So I'll just work on the other sock. The other sock needs some love anyway.
You want to work on the baby blanket, right?
Well, I want to work on the baby blanket if they don't want to work on the sock. Or I'll switch between the 2.
That's a good idea.
I figure if they don't allow one, they'll likely allow the other. And I'm just bringing stuff with wooden needles, wooden hooks, that kind of thing with me to jury duty.
And I will be there. I have to drive her because she's in no shape to drive with no sleep. And so if she can't take anything, I'll take it home with me.
And then they will watch me fall asleep and then have to disqualify me as a juror because it's not something I can help. If they take away my sharp, pointy objects. Okay, so that is me.
Okay, I have one more work in progress. That's not my work in progress. This does not go here.
Does it not?
It does not, in fact. This goes in here. I really need to take it out of the plastic sleeve. Okay. My other work in progress, my final one, boy, I have difficulty with that, is my Hugo the Not So Hungry Hippo. And I did not do it in color because this is my working copy of it. It's by Stacy Trock. And it is a free pattern, so I'm not too worried if you see anything. Not that you really can. I started him the same time I started my mitts, which was yesterday. I had startitis yesterday. Or startosis. I don't know. Which one is it? Osis.
Although, everyone says startitis. I guess we're all inflamed, puffy, and pussy.
Ew.
It's really gross when you have startitis.
I don't know what happened to my foot. There it is.
Ooh, that's working out pretty.
Yeah, I'm doing this in,
How fun.
I got this far. I have to make 2 of this piece. I'm doing this for,
That's very, autism awareness coloring.
yes, I'm doing this for the Autism Awareness Cal, the, It's Okay to Be Different Cal. I'm doing it for that, and I'm also doing
And that started now, right?
Yeah, well, it starts officially on the 15th, but you can be making and posting projects that you have either started and finished between now and the 15th, or started anywhere between the 1st of February and finished by April 30th.
Basically, it started now.
Stop being a pain in my neck. Yes, basically. That is in fact correct. But anyway, this is made out of...
It's windy out there.
The hippo's name is Happy.
Happy.
And it's made out of... He's Hugo the Not So Hungry Hippo by Stacey Chalk. And he's made out of the... I can never remember the name of it. This is Lily's Sugar and Cream, Ombre and Prince, Cotton Yarn in the Psychedelic colorway. I'm using an H hook with this. And he will also be not only for autism awareness, but he will also be for our CCD class. We have 4-year-olds, and we have a song about a hippopotamus that
that helps tell the creation story.
Yeah, it helps to tell the creation story. And I kept saying I was going to make a hippo. And I think this will be fun. My husband thinks it'll confuse them to have it in this colorway. If that's the case, I'll make another one in like a blue-gray.
And this class is very receptive to toys and everything.
Yes.
She brought her turkey that she made, and they keep asking where Mr. Gobble Gobble is.
And we have a little, one of those little cold micro things.
Giant micro.
Yeah, giant micro. I didn't make that one. I know there are patterns out there. I didn't make that one, but we bring it to class, and we told the kids they have to be very careful not to poke its eyes out, not to shake it up because it gets scared and will not come out and play. And they're like this. We play hot potato with it, and they're like this. and they must have. They all want to be friends with Mr. Blue and put Mr. Blue back in his bag where he can sleep, and they all ask after Mr. Blue. So it's a very fun.
And it's the most imaginative class we've had.
Very imaginative. So this is going to be, they'll love Happy when he's done.
Hopefully Happy will be done in time for this class.
That might be, well, no, I'm not doing this class. It might be done by next class.
I mean, not this class, as in like...
Oh, yeah. It should be.
This particular group.
Right, yeah, because I want it to be done for the Autism Cal.
Good.
So anyway, this is my, my final work in progress.
You even had sleep.
Define sleep. Okay, and that's my final work in progress, aside from a swatch that I did not bring with me. So.
Okay, and my other thing that I've worked on is only kind of a work in progress. I'm calling it Study in Scarlet. Did I talk about this last time? Oh, well then I don't need to show it again. Because I haven't done anything else.
Show it for the 4 who haven't seen it.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, it's Study in Scarlet. She said how to pronounce it. Aloha?
Aloha.
Yeah,
Aloha something or other.
It's Aloha Mystery Cow by Mel Ski. MS Knits.
Who is single-handed knit.
Yeah. Making it for me. You had to use a US 6 for the swatch. Maybe I showed the swatch I was working on, and I hadn't finished this one yet.
Maybe.
That might have been.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm using Stonehenge Fiber Mill, Shepherd's Wool, and the Garnet colorway, and I'm listening to Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie, which is narrated by David Suchet while I'm knitting, because everyone's trying to listen to some sort of mystery book while they're knitting this Mystery Cow. The first clue is supposed to be released tomorrow, so I won't be able to start during jury duty because it probably won't be out yet because Mel is in Hawaii. Plus, they won't let me take my circulars with me. And this is a pullover. But here's the swatch. That is a very awesome color.
It's a beautiful color.
It's got little flecks of blue that you can barely see.
Is it blue or black?
It's got little flecks of blue.
Very cool.
All of this yarn seems like a little flecks of blue.
Yeah.
So
Is that the shepherd's wool?
Yes, it is shepherd's wool. So it's a very awesome bit of awesomeness. And I can't wait to start the sweater.
Explain the strings to the ones who haven't known.
Yeah. The strings, because when you're working in around, you are not using purl stitches. Your swatch will end up differently than if you're working flat. So the strings are basically they're all coming off at one end, but that's just because I used the strand that I brought behind to work the next row. It makes more sense if you look on YouTube for knitting circular swatch, yeah. Or knitting swatch around, basically. But this is all knit. And these ends are just the strands I brought around the back. So that's all that is. It's kind of messy, but it makes it so you can get an accurate measurement.
It looks pretty. Okay, I think that brings us to finished objects, of which I have one. I forgot to tell about my bags. I had Lois bags, 2 of them, and Tangerine, this is Tangerine 8's, Casey's, a second bag of hers, my Lorik's bag. I'm really bad about doing the bags. I do apologize.
No, she doesn't.
And this is Rainbow, and he's going into the...
Did you remember to enter him into Lauren's?
Not yet. I will. I wanted to show him on the podcast first. The only one I entered into was Knitting in Circles because they were closing it. So this is Rainbow. He is for the Autism Cal. He's by...
He's got a little witch in here.
Yeah, I know he does. I have to fix it later.
Okay.
He's fine. I will have to fix his little white beak. He's special. Just like our autistic kids are special. You're making me dizzy. No. He is a Chihuahua Love pattern. We love our birds from Chihuahua Love. She does great pattern.
Yes, she does.
I think her name's Sherry.
I'm not sure.
I forget what her name is. But I love her patterns, and it's a joy to make. I used Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, except for the white, which was stash yarn. I think it was Red Heart. And she she wanted us to have felt around where the white is for the eyes, and for the beak, I think she said she wanted it to be embroidered. I don't do very well with embroidery as it is, and I don't like felt. Nothing to do against anyone who does like it. I just don't like working with it. So I did the crochet a la Stacy Trock. I worked this in the back loops instead of all the way through, so I don't have the little ridge she had to position things. Because all of mine is the back loop, and she uses the back loop for that one part. I did do the wings through both loops, just to make it easier to position them on the body. But name is Rainbow. He is finished. He's going to be my first project for the Cal, and you will see him in the chatter thread because I am not eligible to win a prize in our group. So,
and we do have awesome prizes.
Yes, we do.
We have 2 Clover River bags, which you saw last week, and one Lois Knitting's My Bag. Which she's still in the process of making.
She's making. She said she will send us a picture because the winner will we will give her the information for the winner, and she'll send the bag directly to the winner.
And hers is an autism awareness fabric.
Right. It will be. I believe she said it was the Puzzle Pieces Autism Speaks bag. So it's going to be fantastic, just like the other 2 bags we have are fantastic. And there may be a couple of other prizes. It may be a couple of patterns or something. We haven't decided yet.
I'm really sorry.
That's all right. It depends on how many people we have involved, whether or not we'll have more prizes and what they'll be.
And invite people along. We're doing this knit along with the 3 Stitches podcast.
Right. And you can double dip. Whatever you put in ours, if you're a member of both of our podcast groups, you may put in hers. If you're a member of hers, you may put in ours, as long as you're a member of both groups.
Now we're just doing this along with 3 Stitches, but
Lemon Crochet.
Lauren of Lemon Crochet is running a Cal concurrently. You can double dip. I asked her.
Yes.
Hers is for a different cause. Hers is actually partially fundraiser, partially an awareness.
Very important.
Her friend Josh died of a rare disease. Let me look at my notes. That is. Hang on. Oh, it's called HLH. It's hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis.
Yes.
Basically, his blood cells, his phagocytes, are attacking the parts of his body, attacking his other.
What that means with a phagocyte.
Basically, these are blood. Think of blood cells that eat other blood cells.
Well, are they immune? Are they white cells?
Yeah, they're basically like white cells.
Okay. It sounds like cancer almost.
It's very similar to cancer.
And it's very rare. I think she said like 1 in a million or something.
Yeah, it's very, very rare, and usually it's children.
Yeah, so he was extremely rare, and it's a very.
And he was 21 when he died.
It's very important to up the awareness. We are not in any way, shape, or form part of the fundraiser, but
no.
We can double dip in hers.
Yes.
And when she's, you know, if any of the people in her podcast group are part of ours, they can also double dip if they'd like. And our group does go an extra month or month and a half from hers, so you have plenty of time to do that.
So if you are entering our podcast for our I'm really tired. For our Cal, you can go ahead and double dip in hers, and she's perfectly fine with it, and that spreads more awareness and more colorful happiness.
Right. It's very, very important. Both, just like ours, very important.
I was going to go on to FOs, but I want to hit this first since we're already talking about her Cal. One of the ways you can help with raising awareness is by taking part in her fundraiser. You can either raise money through this one site. You have to go to her Ravelry group. It's Lemnic Crochet Ravelry group.
And it's all spelled out.
It's all spelled out there. But one of the ways is you can enter the raffle, and one of the ways to enter the raffle is to get yarn. I went and got the kit, which gives me 2 raffle tickets.
You got the larger kit.
I got the larger kit.
Yeah.
And my kit came in, which is really awesome. Comes with, it's from Cyborg Catherine, comes with some stitch markers that she made specifically for the cow.
Based on the colors of the cow.
Yes.
Of the
and there's a little turtle.
Logo.
Josh had designed a turtle.
Right.
He wanted to be a graphic designer.
And I saw that they had 1 bag of the turtle fabric on that. Was it Silver Pumpkin that's doing it, or is it Bird Like Bag?
Bird Like Bag. I didn't see the turtle.
It's a small one. Yeah, I looked, and it might be gone by now.
Yeah. Little information sheet on the Histiocytosis Association. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly, lollipop. A Toy Story memo pad.
That's cool. For the kid in all of us.
Spread the word. Histiocytosis. A Lemnic Crochet Designs pin.
I want one.
Mom, you're the one who has the
there it is.
Who has the toy for putting the pins on?
I know.
You can put Lauren's pin on there. That way it'll actually get seen.
Lemnic Crochet.
Go ahead and put it on your owl. And then a histiocytosis pen.
And take that to work with you.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Little kaleidoscope thing in a body. Well, I certainly hope we don't end up seeing much of histiocytosis at work.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the pen, not the disease.
I know what you meant. I already finished these. I really wanted gummy bears one day after work, and so I had gummy bears.
Gummy bears are awesome. This is so pretty.
And here is the yarn itself. And it works out beautifully. I saw a bunch of people's projects already.
Yeah, see the colors in it? It's just gorgeous.
And this is called Without Borders.
And it's coming out just a little darker. The light is changing, but
yeah.
it's very
close.
Very close.
So I'm very excited about this. I take forever knitting socks, so eventually I will work this yarn.
I wanted to buy some, but I couldn't find a project that I wanted for the yarn itself. If I knitted socks, I would do that. Someone has to learn to knit socks, and hope she does that colorway again. It's beautiful, Ty.
It is. So I'm going to drop all my stuff in there. Now I'll go on to my FOs. I just figured this was as good time as any to talk about that. So check out Lauren while you're doing our knit along. So autism awareness and histiocytosis awareness. Ours is autism awareness, and we'll go into some more autism facts in a bit.
Later.
And then the histiocytosis is Lauren's. For FOs, well, my first FO I'm actually wearing. It's the Nightwing Gauntlets by the Nightwing. It's Nightwing Gauntlets. The pattern is the Nightwing Fingerless Gauntlets by Anna Blevins. I'm making it for me I made it for me. And I used Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in the colorway black and in the blue neon. If you don't know who Nightwing is, he was the original Robin. And then when he grew up, he struck out on his own because he and Batman argued.
Always.
Bruce
is
anal?
His way or the highway.
Yeah, and Dick was juggling too many things at once. And
walking that tightrope.
Yep. Except he wasn't a tightrope walker.
No, he was a trapeze artist.
Yes, but he struck out on his own, and he ended up taking on the role of Nightwing. He wears black. Where's my Nightwing bag? Oh, I didn't bring it out.
No, you didn't need it. That's okay. Every time she brings it out, she says it's her boyfriend.
He wears black. He doesn't have the utility belt or the underwear on the outside or anything. He wears all black, and he has a blue bird across his chest. It goes over his shoulders, and the blue goes down here to his gloves, and then the two middle fingers are blue, the same color blue as this, and then the others are black. So these are the Nightwing Gauntlets. My little bit of geekiness. A coworker begged me for this pattern, and I told her where to get it on Ravelry.
You weren't going to make it for her.
No, I wasn't. People aren't getting that as a geek thing. They're like, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, yeah, they're very geeky. And they're like, but they're so pretty. I'm like, yeah, and they're very geeky.
You're just such a geek.
My picture on my Ravelry page has me holding the comic.
Yeah, take a look on Sock Bunny Knit and Fits.
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Cal.
Yeah, I'm the first FO for that.
I need to get going on that one. I need you to help me put that thing on my screen so I can do it.
Yep. So, that's FO number 1 for me. And I'm loving it. I didn't think I'd like these, but they keep my wrist nice and warm.
My husband teases. He doesn't get the idea of the gauntlets. And he's like, how many do you need?
Like as many as it takes.
Yes.
I found some knitted ones that have the Robin design. This girl does a whole bunch of, not the one who did these, but the one who did the Robin ones. Those are knitted. Does a whole bunch. She does Robin. She does Green Lantern. She does like a whole bunch of superheroes. And she's like, oh, I saw you bought a bunch of superhero ones. I'll let you know when I get the other ones out. So,
really sweet.
I'm like, yes. I'm going to have a whole collection of
She's going to make you test knit them.
I had to finish one pair first. The Robin ones are the ones I'm going to cast on. Then my other FO.
They'll go into autism awareness.
Yeah.
If it's bright enough.
Well, the Robin ones can't.
Red, yellow, black.
It's red, yellow, green.
Green.
And it's a bright green.
Yes, that'll work.
Because this cape's green.
Right, that's right. It'll work.
You remember the Batman from the last time. From my Justice League Afghan. And it looks a lot better now that I added an edging to it. I don't think I had the edging on it last time. I can't remember. Anyway, I finished the Superman one. And this is all for the... I've done this one for the Autism Awareness Cal, for the Cal, for the
Cat Bee, Knit
Nerd podcast, which is just doing Afghan over a year. And I'm also putting this into Lauren's histiocytosis Cal.
You could probably put it into the sci-fi one. Is that?
I did put it into that one as well.
Yeah. We do
this
a lot.
one is in multiple cows, and this is a very stylized S. It actually it's actually showing up pretty well as an S in the screen.
You have to see it further. It's not.
Yeah, if you look at it up close, it doesn't look like an S. But if you look at it far away, you can see how it's an S. So
cool.
Superman, and you got to have Superman and Batman done first. I mean, come on.
Yes. But
you've all seen the Superman Batman comics together.
Yes.
So. Square one and square one. Well, there's square ones of both these. I'm going to make 2 of every single square I'm making.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because it's a total of 12 squares and I have 6 heroes.
Okay.
I think I'll probably end up working Flash or Green Lantern next.
You could always do solid colors too.
No, it'd be boring.
For you, it'd be boring to make them, but it looked pretty in the sweater and the blanket to break them up.
Yeah, because it'd be more fun.
Well, no, you do what you want. I'm just saying that
It'd be more fun. Says I'll make more squares than I have to.
No, instead of the second one you oboe.
No!
Do your next finished object.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was my last finished object.
Okay.
Don't mess with me. We've got Superman and Batman. Your look just bounced off his chest.
Anyway, next on the hooks and the needles, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to run through it real quick. Autism awareness stuff, squares for Knit Nerd and Anastasia Knits Cows, the Nativity, and anything else as I have time that catches my fancy. Did you want to do anything on hooks and needles?
No, I mean, I want to finish what I have on here.
All right.
I have 20 million sweaters waiting.
Go to Dash Enhancements now.
20 million gauntlets waiting.
Yes, I have a lot of stuff waiting as well. This is my finished object. Okay.
I just want to get some things off the needles.
I'm going to go start with this. I am going to be doing an enforced yarn / mainly yarn diet, Etsy diet for Lent.
We're giving up stuff for Lent.
It's part of Lent. Part of my stuff for Lent. I have spent too much money on yarn and other things.
And also, it's not just the money. It's a lack of self-control.
Yes, exactly. It is the lack. I mean, I have a lot. If I need something in particular, toy yarn wise, you know, where I need
it's
it to finish a project.
between need and want.
Yes, if it's a need, I can do it. And it has to be an actual need. I cannot finish this project without this. If I have any doubt that I might not be able to finish a project with something that I have that's specialty yarn, I better not start it because I can't go out and get it. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, I am not going to be making any Etsy trips from Wednesday through Good Friday and Easter because I need to practice self-control. So in that vein, I was watching...
In that vein, we have been very bad about practicing self-control in the interim.
Well, actually, I've been good. I didn't get all the stuff I wanted to get. I was listening to Call Shirley. I blame Carolyn.
And Call Shirley is of the Girlfriends Knitting.
I blame her. I love her to pieces, and I blame her anyway. She was going through her stash enhancements on, I think it was her last podcast, and she showed me this. Well, actually, she hadn't gotten to this one yet. I don't want to take it.
There it is.
There it is. You can see the blue rose, and then the little green balls, okay? Stitch markers. There's a story behind this and why I had to get it. First of all, she wasn't talking about this on the podcast. While she was talking, I went to look and I saw this and I put it in my cart. And then she said, "This is my favorite," or something to that effect. This is my favorite too because the book I wrote, the one that I'm going to be reshopping out there because my publishing house failed.
Not that she owned a publishing house. The publishing house that accepted
I should clarify. The publishing house that accepted my book failed, so it closed its doors.
It's all in the details. It's very important. Otherwise, it sounds like you had a failed publishing house.
And my point is that it closed, and I need to reshop my. Whoops! That's why I'm redoing the synopsis and everything. Anyway, my main character has an ability for magic, and one of his fondnesses are for blue roses, and I never thought I'd see one. And when I saw this, I wrote to her, and I said to Shirley, I said, "I have to have this." I said, "This is something that reminds me of my main character." So I will use it, but I will be very careful with it because it means a lot to me because of my story. I appreciate that. Carolyn did a good job. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Which badness should I go into next? Well, we can kind of
do it without that one yet? Do you have something else that's not from Wild Hair?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, then you go on to yours. Because we can do our Wild Hair badness together.
Yeah, all of them together. Okay.
Okay, you don't have any other badness?
Well, I have this.
We'll do that badness first.
Okay. I had mentioned that last podcast, for those of you who remember, screensaver, that I had gotten money for my birthday and I decided to buy bags. Lois is making my large bag. I think I got a large bag from Lois, didn't I?
Yeah.
I got a large bag from Lois, so I'm waiting on that. She said it'll probably be March, so I haven't got that yet. The other one I ordered from Cloverbird, Melissa. Happy birthday, Melissa, again. It came in Friday, I think.
This turned out really cute.
If you watched Lem Knit Crochet, you saw a project bag donated that was for her prizes. This is the same bag in the larger size, the Mickey Mouse. And I just love it. It's the old-fashioned Mickey Mouse. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. You cannot spell. It's the old-fashioned, not the super old-fashioned, but kind of like the heyday Mickey Mouse. And he's got all kinds of sayings like, gee whiz! And, nice is not the same as wimpy.
You're not the boss of me. I don't remember her saying that.
No.
Gee whiz, I really remember.
Yeah, this is really, it reminds me of vintage Mickey Mouse that I saw in reruns as a kid. And so this is made by Cloverbird, and it's her larger bag. It's got quite a bit of room to it. You can see the really pretty kind of colorful, I don't know, light bulb, Christmas bulbs
there's dots, Mom.
Dots, yeah. And it's got pockets. And I will be using
it's your typical medium bag, which is awesome.
Yes, it's just, and it's got the, I forget what this is called, my words escape me, but it locks, the cord locks.
And if you see this bag, that's the same size.
Right. So it's a wonderful bag. I'm really happy with it, and one of my projects for my Cal will go in here because it's so nice and bright, which is why I got it in the first place. So I'm really happy with this. That's one of my stash enhancements. Are you ready for the other one?
Yes. We went to Wild Hair.
Should I preface it?
Yes, you should.
Okay. We went to, my husband and my other daughter and I went to Page Masters, which is an old bookstore, used bookstore. And they don't just do used books. They also do craft items and yarns and things like that. Melissa Ricks, who is Wild Hair, she is local to us. And she always puts a little bit of her yarn into Page Masters. And I always go in there and look at it, and I had about 3 of them or 4 of them in my hand, and I was hemming and hawing because it didn't have quite the yardage, and one of them that I really liked had a little bit of a stain on it, so I didn't want to buy it. And my husband's like, aren't you going to buy any? Aren't you going to buy that? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I need more yardage and blah, 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 and I could probably get it online. Intending to maybe go to somebody else because I wanted to not spend quite so much. So I went online, and I had a whole bunch of things I was interested in. I finally winnowed it down to 3 of them. And I brought Talia and I said, what do you think? Which one? This. And I've got rid of this one. I got rid of that one. And I found Melissa's peacock colorway, which I absolutely love.
And I tend to be very much in favor of Wild Hair when there's other choices.
Yes, and I love Wild Hair. But I saw the peacock colorway, which I really liked. I knew Talia had some of it. And she had incredible yardage on it for her. And for anybody. It was 480 yards.
It's very decent.
Very decent. So we went, I made my order for that particular one of them, and I sent her an email. I said, Melissa, can I come in and pick it up? When can I pick it up so I don't have to pay the shipping? Because she's right down the street. And she said, well, come in this afternoon. So waited for Talia to wake up, took her car, and went to pick up the yarn. Well, Melissa had yarn.
Yes.
Go figure. So
and let's see your badness first. This is not the yarn.
This is not the yarn I bought. I traded it out. This was the trade out. And I bought another one because I want to make a shawl.
The colorway is Renaissance.
It's Renaissance. It's so up my alley. And the other one was up my alley too, but I had looked at this before.
And we were thinking about it. She wouldn't really wear the other color.
Right. It's as pretty as it is, the black and the blue. I love it. It's kind of like this, but in a mixture, but the blue is different. It's more of a royal blue in the other colorway, and they had some of this in it too. I think, right?
I can't remember.
Well, something like
I have it.
Yeah, you can see it on Etsy if you want to, but I decided. I asked Talia which one she thought I'd wear more, and she said this. So I went and I bought this, 2 instead of 1. So I only had to pay for one because I already paid for the other one. And then I got home after looking at the patterns and finding I'd be a little tight for yarn. Talia had this one which she got when I saw it first at Page Masters. And
I didn't see that at Page Masters. I got that at the church
Oh,
fair.
the church bazaar. That's right. She saw this. I had looked at it. She had looked at it. I actually
You put it down.
put it down because I wasn't sure I was going to buy anything until my husband said, sure, buy something. And she had it this time. So she said, Mom, take it. And that way you don't
It's the same yarn, just doesn't look like it's not.
Yeah, this is not, Lauren was talking about this. This is not reskeined. This is reskeined. Okay, so it's the same colorway, but this has not yet been reskeined.
Yeah.
So I have 3. I have approximately 1,300 yards, so I can make a nice shawl out of this. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I'm really, but the thing is, I had to drive her with me because I needed her car, and she was the one who really got into trouble.
Yes, I did. So,
excuse me.
Oh, Melissa, if you are watching, because I am going to tag you in this, check your messages. I don't know if you do. She was asking about this sweater, which, by the way, was very happy for me because she was really excited about this. She doesn't crochet much, and she was really excited about the pattern. So.
And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with Wild Hair with Melissa Ricks, please, she has a Ravelry site.
Yes, I was talking not to Ploverbird Melissa, although Ploverbird Melissa, if you want to take a look too.
Yes, both of them.
But
we have lots of Melissas. Melissa Ricks, Wild Hair Fiber, I think it is.
Yeah.
Wild Hair Studios.
Wild Hair Fiber Studios.
She's on Etsy and she's on Ravelry.
Yeah. We have 3 Melissas we were talking about. We were talking about Ploverbird, we were talking about her,
and
Single Hand Knits. And talking about Single Hand Knits. At least Single Hand Knits
and
Mel.
Mel, yeah. So.
And then of course there's the Mel I'm making the baby like it
yeah,
for.
But she doesn't. She's not involved.
Anyway, all the Melissas aside, I got in real trouble. I'm going to show you the smallest amount of trouble.
No, stop.
No, she didn't.
Stop.
I told her to get as much as she wanted.
Yes, she did.
I told her, hey, you want this yarn?
I could have come home with $300 worth of yarn easy.
This yarn here is called Bibliophile.
And I love this,
I had to pick it up.
There was only one left. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It doesn't look quite as gorgeous as it is in
but
here.
We're losing the light, so it's hard to see.
Well, it's showing up. It is a dark yarn.
It is. It's very autumny.
It's very autumny. I don't usually pick up this kind of yarn, but it just called to me. And plus the name. No, it's showing up pretty real, Mom.
Well, even in here, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
It's very dark. It's got browns and greens and kind of a burgundy.
Yeah,
purpley.
it's very pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Trust me, it's gorgeous.
And they're all soft. All of Melissa's yarns are soft.
Yes.
And squishy.
So this will be a pair of socks. Then I got in big trouble.
Yes, she did. I just.
You remember this yarn from last time.
The one she got from me.
This is the one I got from Mom. I traded for it. Little did I know what would occur next.
It's a good thing that I gave you that one and not the other one.
Yes. I've got a sweater's worth of that colorway. So, because I don't have a sweater's worth enough of yarn. Do I have a pattern in mind? No.
Oh, that's easy enough. I'll find our pattern. Isn't that gorgeous?
Look at the happiness.
I love that color.
And it's my colors and everything. I know I look really pale right now, but
those are my colors.
Look how gorgeous.
My colors. That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. It'll make a nice sweater for you.
So I'm very happy. And of course, you know, Melissa's sitting there egging us on, as is the other lady in the shop.
Look at this. Yes, what's her name? Erin?
Yeah.
She was funny because my other daughter, Davina, you know, my Asperger's daughter, loves to talk to anybody. And Erin just sat there. Never met her before in our lives, and she just sat there, was very good with her. And Davina loves her. She came back with her address so she could write to her and everything. I mean, really super. Melissa and Erin, I think Erin helps in the shop or is part of the shop. I don't know.
I don't think so. She says she comes back with yarn and has her, like, she was trying to talk me into getting some bulky weight of the Bibliophile so I could make a bulky weight sock.
But the point is that they're very, very nice. And if you can throw business that way, great. You probably just,
She wanted me to get,
she said that the socks were fantastic.
Yeah, she had gotten 2 bulky and Bibliophile and made socks out of them. She had made knee
one
highs.
for each sock.
Yeah. But I wanted the fingering because all they had was one bulky anyway. And I don't have a pattern that I use for bulky right now. So, Do you have anything else on autism to say?
I'm just going to reiterate that the Autism Crochet Along, Knit Along is starting up officially the day after Valentine's Day. But if you have something that you're working on and you finish it before the start, if you started it February 1st or later, and you finish before the official start date of the 15th, you can go ahead and put it on in the finished objects thread. There is a finished objects thread and a chatter thread. Both are open. There are some suggestions for patterns, just suggestions. You don't have to do any of them. You can do one or none. Mm-hmm. You can do whatever patterns you like. They may just give you some ideas on the chatter thread. I was going to put it in the finished objects thread as well, but I figured that might be a little confusing, and I didn't. So just ignore where I said I was going to. I'm not going to. But please keep the chatter in the chatter thread and the finished objects in the finished objects thread, although you can put your projects in progress on the chatter thread. We'd like to see that, and we can talk about it there. Any chatter that ends up in the finished object thread will kind of be whooshed into the
Well, I can't
chatter.
whoosh it. I'll have to delete it.
Oh, you can't whoosh it?
I don't know how to whoosh it.
Oh, okay. Well, if we can't figure out how to whoosh it, we'll have to delete it because it'll mess up the random number generator. And the same thing is true of any objects that mistakenly get in and that don't belong in the autism category. I'd like to put those into the show-off category.
Yeah.
Because we want to see them all. We just want the ones for the crochet along.
I'll try to let you know if I need to delete something. But
yeah, we'll let you know. We'll either PM you or something and say, could you please, move it to the other thread because we haven't figured out how to do it.
Because I know someone who was able to whoosh it.
Yeah, well, I wish I could remember who it was because she always used to go, whoosh, the moderator moved it to such and such. And I can't remember who it was who did that.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But it made an impression on me because I thought it was sweet.
But I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. So if we can't figure it out, we'll try to PM you. If it disappears like that for no apparent reason, PM us and find out why. Most likely it's because we wanted to put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
We don't want to kick anything out. Okay. So anyway, it starts on the 15th officially. You can't post anything you've already started that you're finishing before.
3 bright colors.
3 bright colors. We have the prizes that we told you about, possibly more. And don't forget to
at least 3 bright colors.
At least 3 bright. Yeah, it can be more. And become a member of Restitches. Mm-hmm. If you want to do both. And
yeah, you could double.
If you want to double dip, because they are co-hosting it with us.
Yeah, so you could post in ours and in theirs the autism
for
awareness.
The autism awareness. And if you want to help out with lemnit crochets,
histiocytosis, HLH,
you have to be a member of her group to do that. Okay, and that is not connected with our autism awareness. That's something completely different. Mm-hmm. So that is it for that.
Alrighty. Then that is about it.
Do you have any thank yous?
I did our welcomes. I don't have any.
Yeah. And I don't have any obsessions really that are different. My writing, I did start with writing on my second novel.
I did a little bit of shared story too.
So
sleep is my obsession.
Yes, she needs sleep. So please put in a good word for her that she can get some sleep, say some prayers, say some good thoughts, whatever.
Although weirdly enough, I am kind of looking forward to jury duty because it's something I've never done before.
At least the jury pool will be something you didn't do.
Yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm interested in it. So I kind of hope they need me to come in, at least for pool.
Right.
So.
And that's about it.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for showing up. Sorry if I'm a little bit muted today. Not much I can do about that.
She's tired.
Alrighty.
Thank you for joining us, having tea and crocheting and knitting with us, and we hope to see you next week.
God bless.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.